All right, gang. So Monique's son is confessing to a whole lot of mischievous activities going on. Stay tuned.
All that talk, I don't need your pity. Man, I'm a dog, got the keys to the city. Got my lead better fit it. I just hit the door, let the bin hit.
You're now tuned in
You are now tuned into
to the realest show on YouTube.
All right, so Monique's son is just going off. He got a whole, and when I mean a whole lot to say. Let's check this out. What he talking about?
All right, so I'm just gonna get straight to it. Hi, I'm Shalon. So I find it unique that my video was in response to my mother and not her husband, but yet he still had the most. This isn't uncommon. I also find it unfortunate that my mother does not seem to speak on her own. The only two worlds that I know where daddy is used is for children speaking.
Now, the first thing I'm picking up on, gang, this guy sounds like he's a little hoo-hoo. I could be wrong. Let's listen in. Let's listen in.
Women acknowledging their pimps. Her husband starts off by literally doing the very thing that I said that they would do, which honestly kind of made me feel as though their response was ironic because they validate my original video. Either A, she has some newfound moment of clarity, or B, she retreats back to daddy. In her retreat back to him, though, he does not acknowledge what I did say, but instead begins to create a new narrative of things that I did not say, which negates the effects of a response video. The two of you essentially created a new video rather than actually respond to what was actually said. You also brought up my father. My father, though, is not doing interviews talking about me. In quick regards to the three sons comment, under the context in which your husband was speaking, by your rationale, Ma, he should have easily had no problem.
Okay, so far what I'm gathering is the man that Monique is married to is not his dad. And he's feeling some type of way due to her new relationship. I think that's what's going on.
Especially since you say he knew me before I knew me. The two of you can sometimes come off as seekers of weak levels of empathy from others while at the same time sidestepping any accountability that one may need to take to attempt to address.
Okay, so it does seem like Monique is the type of female that doesn't like to gather all her accountability. She definitely is one of them old school version mothers or grandmothers who are definitely stuck in their ways.
Another man while also trying to make your wife victim number one has nothing to do with you. My father did not need you to speak for him. You're her daddy, not his. My mother has been speaking on our relationship for years. So to imply that only one side of a story was told when there are several articles and interviews throughout the internet discussing my strained relationship with her, filled with quotes from your wife speaking directly about me, while also providing vague context and downplaying the impact of an uninterested mother. I am 33 years old and have had ample opportunity to go to the media and tell some BS.
Okay, so the husband's other wife is butting in. Monique is telling him that her husband knows him better than him. If that's what I'm gathering, I think that's what he's saying.
For a BS amount of money, but instead I am on TikTok expressing my feelings for free. If the two of them were paying attention, I literally explained in my first video why I am responding using TikTok, and I should not have to repeat myself. My mother...
Listen, that's a great platform for you to get the exposure that you're seeking, and he's getting all the exposure right now, gang. Check him out.
There are some people that are saying, oh, you should be ashamed of your mothering skills. You should be ashamed of yourself. This is what I say. Let's let it play out. Because the same ones that were saying, oh, I was crazy, I was deranged, we watched it play out. So just like with my son, we're going to watch this play out. First of all, who the hell is we if it ain't you and I reconciling our relationship?
Now, I kind of feel him on that one. If the guy she's married to is not his dad, I don't think he should even be inside of all of this drama.
In a word, nobody is playing, but I can understand why you would use that word specifically. As you stated in the Clip Shay Shay interview, you had the mentality of a 15-year-old child. You required a man to raise you, and you were acting like a little girl. These are your words. It doesn't matter what context I have them in.
Oh. So she had him around 15 years old. The plot thickens, gang. Let's pay attention.
yourself as a grown adult who was someone's mother. Last time I checked, Monique fans, a 15-year-old grown adult who acts like a child but is in search of their daddy, they don't typically make efficient parents. But hey, I could be wrong. On a more serious note, to sit there and allow your daddy to address my mental health in a weak attempt to pass my response off as a moment is disturbing and insulting to those of us who do have mental health issues. The way I presented myself was no different.
Yeah, man. Mental health issues is really a real factor. It does exist and it is tangible. You can see it. So, you know, anybody out there that needs mental health, like they need some type of help with that, make sure you reach out for that. That's real.
Daddy presented themselves when addressing D.L. Hughley, and her precious sweet babies ate it up. D.L. is wrong because he's so loud. Mo and Daddy are right because they're so calm. But I, for some reason, don't get the same energy. To simply try to call me crazy is dismissive and cowardice. Attacking somebody's mental...
I'm not gonna lie. They like to call people crazy when they don't understand the way that person tick and the way that person talks. They do.
Sign that you have zero to stand on. Furthermore, what kind of person still has a text message from their wife's son that is over 2 years old still in their phone saved just for the purpose of re-showing it to him? What I specifically remember about that message is that at the end of it, you said something along the lines of, if you don't respond, I understand. I could care less about what your message was about, but for you to say in the message, if you don't respond, I understand, why was it then that when you and I did speak, after that message was sent, the first question out of your mouth is, hey man, how come you didn't respond to my text message? I found that to be very unique, but I did not need an explanation on how to speak to women or how to listen to women. That was not what that situation was about. My mother showed me how conceited she is in that situation that you were...
Now, we all know Monique to be conceited and confident. Through all the years of the work that she put out and all the interviews that she's done and the way she carries herself. So I totally agree with him. I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked.
For a woman to villainize the actions of her son for being a man and a father to his new family simply because she had not heard from him in 2 days, as though her phone was broken and she could not check on me. Because last time I checked, I was a new parent. I didn't get a new house. I didn't go on vacation. I didn't just get a new game system. I had a baby. And in those 2 days that you did not hear from me, I was handling my business as a man and a father. But I'll
Wait a minute, wait. So Monique's a grandmother and she's carrying on like this?
All broken, which I wanted to believe was the reason why you did not respond to a message from your son expressing his concern over some bumps that your grandchild had on her back. You would later make it your business to tell me that you got the message and chose not to respond because her other grandmother is a nurse. Damn the fact that she is also your blood. And shout out to Nana. My baby girl loves her some Nana. The statement about money and then stating, don't let nobody introduce me to you, is not a competent statement to make because it wasn't a complete sentence, nor did the two things correlate with each other. And when did you have the time to introduce yourself to a son that you weren't interested in and didn't do the best job you could do? I'm starting to think that you're not hearing yourself. To address money, you gave me $10,000 for a down payment on a car. Yes, thank you again. Thank you. My girlfriend and I...
All right, so let's give her props right now. Let's give her props. She's not 100% a deadbeat. You did get some racks. You know what I'm saying? And you are a grown man. You ain't even supposed to be getting nothing. You're supposed to be giving your mother money. You understand what I'm saying? But, okay, I'll go with that.
Prepared to put our money together and get a car. You and your husband called us one day and stated that y'all were going to give us $5,000 for a down payment. We said, okay. You then called us back a day or two later and stated that you would be giving us $10,000 for a down payment on the car. You and him made the conscious choice to give us that money.
Okay, so that we're getting somewhere. She's not a piece of caca. They doubled up the money they was going to give you like Harlem World. Now let's see where you going with this, youngster.
You for anything, but this is an example of a rich person doing something for you, and because this is, an example of a rich person doing something for you because they want to do it for you, but because it doesn't have the desired effect that they want it to have, you are inconsiderate and ungrateful. But let's take it a step further.
Wait a minute. What do you mean by that? She expected you to do cartwheels, backflips, love her more, maybe connect with her more for her trying to connect with you. I mean, I would kind of feel like that too as a parent. You know what I'm saying? If I gave my daughter $10,000 to put down on a house or a car, and she had the type of attitude you're displaying right now. I mean, it's
cover that my mother had left me a UTMA worth $45,000. You never brought that account to my attention. You claim it was because you forgot that you even set it up in the first place, which validates my original point. Who forgets that they invested $45,000 into a child that at that time is the only child? When I was homeless, and I called you to help me figure out how to access the account, you said, Shalon, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh,
and
shit.
if I did, why do you think I would help you? After finding out from the Georgia Department of Revenue that they had been sending me mail to 3 separate Georgia addresses, all of which I lived at with you at some point or another. For the life of me, I can't grasp how those letters managed to slip by so many people at 3 different locations. I did, however, eventually get access to the money and the brokerage account that you had set up for me with.
all right. I can't even hear no more because you got the money, you got the money, you got the money, and you not. Hey, bruh, you're the kid. Act like it.